What's up, y'all? I'm Jordy, and welcome to day one of my global challenge run with CHANDELURE. I'm super excited to be bringing this, playing CHANDELURE. You know, that's my mascot, one of my favorite Pokemon. This one is shiny. My mom caught it in Pokemon Go, so thank you, Mom. I'm working on breeding one with a 0 attack IV, but this one doesn't have that. But anyway, this is a really solid team. Originally created by Michael Zhang, like last time Regulation G was around, and then taken by another user to win Taiwan Nationals. So I know these 6 can work. So what I'm trying to do, honestly, is get good with this squad, because it's probably one of the best CHANDELURE squads around, even though it's a little bit dated. So I'm going to be taking this pretty seriously. I probably won't be bringing CHANDELURE or Moltres into a lot of matches, but I am filming this after I've played some of the matches, and I can tell you both of them put in a lot of work sometimes. The idea behind this team is it's an offensive Zamazenta Chien-Pao team, really. We got pretty standard Zamazenta, Tera Dragon, Body Press, and Heavy Slam for damage, Wide Guard, just a great move in this meta. Chien-Pao, running a little bit different than normal right now. Originally this team did have Sacred Sword, and I'm sticking with it. Though I've seen a lot of POWs these days running a dark move like Throat Chop or Crunch. I figure since I have CHANDELURE and Moltres, I'm probably good, but there are cases where I wish I had Crunch or Throat Chop. Rillaboom is kind of insane. This team is made for open team sheet, but in closed team sheet, this Rillaboom really can pop off. Choice Band Tera Grass with max attack, plus sort of ruin boosts. This Grassy Glide can just do crazy. High horsepower, good coverage. Woodhammer just can nuke things that resist it. It's amazing. Moltres with safety goggles. I changed it to safety goggles because I'm a little worried about Amoonguss. Amoonguss is a big counter to Zamazenta teams typically. So we have safety goggles taunt, we can swap in, we can taunt it. And then Fiery Wrath and Foul Play with Tera Dark are really good into both Calyrexes. It at least forces the Shadow Calyrexes to Tera, and the Ice Calyrex next to Amoonguss potentially doesn't appreciate a Foul Play. CHANDELURE, just 2 attacks, Life Orb plus Trick Room. Pretty normal stuff, nothing crazy going on there, really. Flutter main, I got 2 speed control options on this with Icy Wind and Thunder Wave. I don't know if I'll stick with that forever, but for now, it's been pretty nice. Icy Wind comes in clutch when you need speed control on both opponents or need to break a Sash. Thunder Wave is better speed control and introduces a chance of hacks, which is nice, though I don't love that it's not perfect accuracy. Anyways, I hope you're ready. This CHANDELURE is shiny and this Moltres is shiny, so there's going to be a lot of flames on the screen when I bring them. I very often will bring the bottom 4. But anyways, that's the team. Let's get on into it. Starting off above 1500, I'll take it. Alright. Zacian Regidrago. Alright. They got Tornadus, they got Fire Pond, they got Urshifu, they got Indeedee. We got Zamazenta. Zamazenta fears. If I Terrastalize, I'm weak to both Fairy and Dragon. But if I don't, I'm only weak to their Ogre Pond. So that's not bad. CHANDELURE... okay against Zacian. Okay against Fire Pond. That's about it. I love Zamazenta though. Zamazenta and probably something to threaten. If I go Zamazenta Chien-Pao, I can threaten the Tornadus right away, which is nice. So I definitely want those 2. Grassy Glide, not the best thing in the world, especially when they have Indeedee. So probably not Rilla. I think I do bring CHANDELURE here. And then finally, the question is whether I want Flutter main to be immune to the dragon moves. I don't think I want Moltres. It's either Rillaboom or Flutter main here. Flutter main gives a little bit of speed control, especially if I'm targeting down Tornadus. But I get some priority with Rillaboom, which wouldn't be bad. I guess I could be pretty weak if they bring... if that's Water Urshifu, I could be a little weak to that. So I think I will bring Rillaboom. Because I expect they're probably going to get their Tailwind up, which could be annoying if I don't have more priority. They don't have a trainer card either, So, like, go do that, first of all. Indeedee Zacian. I wonder if that implies that they're going for a Swords Dance or something. I'll take my defense boost, thank you. And then your Psychic Surge goes off. Alright. Chien-Pao sort of wishes it had Crunch right now. But I think I just double into Zacian. They're faster, so I don't think they would go for a Trick Room here. It's probably just a Follow Me. Can Body Press. Maybe I want to Icicle Crash the Indeedee for the small chance that they protect Zacian. It's not like Icicle Crash is going to do much to the Sword Doggo anyway. We're seeing a Tera right away. Is it like Tera Ground, Tera Blast? Maybe I should have Icicle Crash there. It's probably a Follow Me if you're going to go Tera Ground then. No, it's Helping Hand. Okay, with Sword of Ruin, Helping Hand, Tera Boost, and their boost, I really should have Icicle Crashed there. Alright. In an open teams sheet, if I had known that's what they were, definitely would have crashed that slot. And that one-shots with Sword of Ruin on the field. That's incredible. Okay, we get half of Indeedee's health gone, though. That's awesome. Rillaboom comes out here for sure. Would they want to redirect the Glide or the Crash? They might want to protect and pivot around. Bring in something like Ogerpon. I think I'd go for the Glide on Zacian. And crash the Indeedee. Yeah, that way if they protect, I'm still hitting the Indeedee. You're probably just here sacrificing Indeedee, trying to, like, break my Sash. Just in case, but mostly just sacrificing Indeedee so that you can get in your other redirection. I expect they have Ogerpon based on that play. They'll bring in Ogerpon, they'll be able to redirect both moves and get a hit in. A little rough. Tera Ground, Tera Blast is rough because now Chandelure isn't very useful into the Sword Doggo. But they no longer... Urshifu? Water Shifu? Okay, I'm cool with that. Grassy Glide the Zacian then. I assume Grassy Glide's enough with Sword of Ruin on the field, so I want to leave Chien-Pao on the field. I definitely don't want to bring in Chandelure here. And then I guess I can... go for some damage on their Urshifu. Probably Sacred Sword. I guess Icicle Crash could flinch if they're not the Scarf set. There's Grassy Glide. Does take out Zacian. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Choice Band Rillaboom. I think they were expecting to live. But Choice Band and Sword of Ruin, too much. Alright, they lock Close Combat. That's cool. They are, in fact, Choice Scarf, but... That makes this next turn pretty awkward against the incoming Grassy Glide. Sure, Icicle Crash won't do much. That was actually pretty decent. You're not in Sucker Punch range, but that was pretty decent. And knowing the Scarf is there is nice. And then Regidrago last. Okay, so how do they win here? Grassy Glide into Urshifu is free. I miss Icicle Crash on Regidrago. They click their dragon move, kill us both. The end. How can I get around that? I could Grassy Glide Sucker Punch into Drago, but I would probably lose something to Urshifu, and Chandelure is not useful. don't think I have a choice but to go for the Icicle Crash. If I miss, I could lose. Okay, they just protect. That's really big. That is a big protect. That means I can at least chip down their health. I guess the question is, do I still go for Icicle Crash anyway? 2 turns of grassy terrain is nice. Tera Grassy Glide would be my biggest damage output, just in case I do miss Icicle Crash. Yeah, I think that's the play. Tera Grassy Glide, try to bring it into a range where I can live. Then maybe I should have protected Chien-Pao this turn. No, because if I just hit the Icicle Crash, we're good, right? So I should be going for that. That's a ton of damage. Yeah, Rillaboom would probably live now. What's the dragon move? And we hit Icicle Crash, good. Sucker Punch might have done it from there. Alright, that was a good first game. I'll take it. Turn 1 was a little best of 1 stuff, but they didn't have a trainer card, so they couldn't pull it through. 1559, alright. Keep on throwing opponents that are higher than me. It's Dondozo, GG. Oh, Terapagos is a good matchup for Zamazenta. Dondozo is an awful matchup. I decided intentionally not to tack on anti-Dondozo stuff to this team. I figured I wouldn't fight it too much, but here it is. Zamazenta eats Terapagos alive, though, so that's nice. I do have Sacred Sword. I have Rillaboom to force a Tera. So both of those will be very nice to have. In fact, maybe I just lead Rillaboom. I don't hate that. Chandelure with Tera Grass is okay. Maybe Flutter main should be my lead. Try to get a para on something. They got Tailwind, but I don't know if they're going to go Tailwind here. That's an interesting team. I definitely want Chien-Pao and probably Chandelure. Do I drop Zamazenta entirely? Because it's so good into Terapagos. No, I can't drop it entirely. I think I drop Chandelure. Yeah, because Chandelure, it can live a hit and Tera Grass. But, like, then what? Shadow Ball to Dondozo? Slightly punish if they're Tera Grass, but the spread move still gets reduced. Yeah, Chandelure is just not good into most of the rest of their team. Alright, well, game 2 of the GC and I'm already fighting my worst fears, so let's see how it goes. Oh, hey, Golden Go. Yeah, I can't just give up my best matchup just in case Dondozo causes problems. But, Whimsicott Terapagos. Whimsicott Terapagos. Interesting. Very interesting. So are you Specs Tailwind? Is that what you're going with here? So I'm gonna Thunderwave Terapagos for sure. Probably bring in Zamazenta as well. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. They might even... If they're Specs Terapagos, they're going to be a little worried about Fake Out. But otherwise, they might just Protect. Well, here's Zamazenta. Let's see what you're up to. If you Choice Lock into... Whimsicott went straight for Encore. Okay, they were worried about Fake Out. But they didn't Terrastalize. They really thought I would Fake Out. That's cool. And they go straight for a Tera Starstorm. Beautiful. Oh, wow, that's a lot of damage. Why was that so much damage? Okay, that is a choice Terapagos! Yay! Oh, they'd probably Encore Flutter Mane into Thunder Wave now, maybe? I'm gonna go for Body Press on Terapagos. They do have a Ghost they could swap in. Maybe I Heavy Slam the Whimsicott. And go for an Icy Wind. I think that's what I want to go with here. I could see Terapagos pivot. Yeah, Terapagos pivot. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And there's Dozo. Alright, well, I'd rather know about it. And we do get one speed drop on the Dondozo, which is nice. So they've got Tailwind and +1, which I think Flutter Mane can still outspeed. Assuming they go straight into Tatsugiri here. Yeah, because if they go into straight into Tatsugiri here, they'll be at +1 and have Tailwind. So they should be faster than my Zamazenta. Tailwind to Dondozo is like Dondozo can get into around the 90 range. With Tailwind it'd be around 180. And then it would have a +1 boost in speed. I could also Tera Grass my Flutter Mane to guarantee it lives something. Is that the best place to use Tera? Maybe. I don't think they're going after Zamazenta. With Grass on the field, they're not going to use a spread move. I think I'm just going to click Body Press into them. Tera Grass my Flutter Mane. Hit Thunder Wave. Give them as few turns as possible to do stuff. Unfortunately, the Tatsugiri they have is the speed boosting one, not the attack boosting one or the defense boosting one. So the stat boost they get will be a lot less relevant. Still relevant eventually. Alright, here's my Tera. I don't expect them to Tera this turn. They might want to even save Tera for Terapagos? I don't know. At this point, I think you're supposed to use Dondozo in this matchup. Okay, we are faster. That's beautiful. We have a chance of full para this turn then. Body Press does nothing. And Wave Crash into Flutter Mane. Cool with that. Not if you crit. Okay. There goes my Tera. Fantastic. At least you take a little more recoil from that. If I bring out Chien-Pao, I could go for... I gotta go Rillaboom, right? Two turns of grassy terrain is nice. I think I go hard into Chien-Pao. And click Woodhammer. Right? Is that the right call? Do as much damage as possible? It'd be really nice to know if they're gonna Tera or not. But this way, I kind of think they might just protect. They tried to play around me using Fake Out before, they might just do it again. Unless they're like Choice Band Dondozo. Okay, just Wave Crash into Chien-Pao. Got it. That's okay. Woodhammer's gonna obliterate you. Goodbye, Dondozo. Okay, that's not so bad. Unfortunately, being locked into that while you still have Tailwind turns is a bit awkward. Chien-Pao taking all that damage is rough. Protect Woodhammer would have done me so much better there. Alright, Terapagos. Last turn of Tailwind. I think I need to go for Sucker Punch into Terapagos and Woodhammer it. Okay, for a second I thought Sucker Punch was about to fail. Like, what else are you gonna do? I know your specs. Muddy Water from Tatsugiri. Rillaboom dodges. Okay. That's good. As long as Rillaboom can take this Starstorm, based on Zamazenta taking it, it'll be close. But we're just faster because of the para. Get out of here. Boom! That's beautiful. And now if you're locked into Muddy Water, which is not completely clear. I could wide guard forever if you are. Would that be choice Tatsugiri? Maybe. I think it's fine though just to go for body press, because what's their win con? Muddy Water accuracy drops? I think it's fine to just attack here. Well, that went well. Okay, there's Muddy Water. Connect on both. It'll take a lot of those. But yeah, with no accuracy drops, the right call, just double attack. Boom. Goodbye, Tatsugiri. Okay. Okay, Dondozo's not so bad when you can just sort of ruin Woodhammer it, and they just let you. They must have been trying to save Tera for the Terapagos, which was a big mistake. Alright, GG. A nice trainer card. 1502. Okay, still above 1500. And it's Cali Ice with Flutterfish, a Moongus, of course, Rock Pond, and an Urshifu. Guessing Scarf Urshifu, Follow Me Ogre Pond. Gotta bring Moltres for sure. This is the Moltres matchup. But I need to then put it with something that can threaten Fluttermane, which would be Zamazenta. Okay, let me put... these are both big Pokemon. Which one do I put on the left? I think I put Moltres on the left. And Zamazenta. Rillaboom's nice because of the Spore immunity and some priority. Chien-Pao isn't the worst because a Moongus gets hit. Chandelure could be fun. I think I bring Chandelure. Heatwave seems nice. It's a little weak to a little bit, though. It's weak to just about everything. I'm not going to Tera it either. I think it's Rillaboom, and could be Chien-Pao. Sucker Punch, Icicle Crash, very nice. Fluttermane with Thunder Wave, not very useful. Icy Wind, not very useful. Moonblast, not very useful. But Tera Grass is kind of nice. But I think I'm committing Tera to Moltres. So this should be it. Cool trainer card. Very cool. Fluttermane Chi-Yu. Okay, not exactly what I wanted to see. But we got Zamazenta here to threaten the Flutter. Alright, let's see ability activation. Chi-Yu is Scarf confirmed. Fluttermane's Protosynthesis activates from its booster energy, and it boosts speed. So you got Scarffish. That's cool. Let me protect and protect. Just see what your fish locks into. I got some options here. I don't exactly want to pull Tera Dragon on my Zamazenta, but I might not have much choice. This isn't the lead I was hoping for with Moltres. I was hoping to catch a Moongus Calyrex and take advantage of my safety goggles. Moonblast into Moltres. We could eat one of those. And Overheat into Zamazenta. Got it. Wide Guard ain't gonna help. Take the Moonblast. Do I want to bring in Rillaboom? I Tera. I think I'm just going to click Fiery Wrath. Tera Dragon Heavy Slam the Flutter Mane. This will put me in a little bit of a worse position against the Calyrex, but I didn't play well enough into this lead, honestly. Them clicking Overheat is nice, though. I wonder if they'll now double into Zamazenta, though, calling the Tera. Gleam is interesting. Looks like Moonblast might have picked up Moltres. Overheat's not going to pick up Zamazenta. Oh, there it is. What? Oh, crit. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. That makes sense. Crit will do it. Alright, well, this match... Let's see how much Fire Wrath does. Not much. Okay, Chi-Yu locked into Overheat. Flutter Mane just being a menace. Either way, I have a priority move into Flutter Mane. But Moltres might just go down to the Overheat, which is rough. I think I'm going to go Rillaboom first. I'm going to click Fiery Wrath and probably Glide the Flutter. What swaps do they have for that? Just a Moongus? I really can't let Flutter get an attack here, but they're probably going to protect it. Oh, they don't protect it. Okay. Just knock out my Moltres and I'm out of luck here. No, doesn't knock out Moltres. Okay, that's nice. That's really nice. Another -2 on the Chi-Yu. I like that. I wonder if banded Grassy Glide with Sword of Ruin can pick up Chi-Yu from there. Is it possible? Alright, what'd you bring out next? Is it Calyrex? It is Calyrex. Sword of Ruin, Chi-Yu will take 60 to 70%? Ooh, that's tempting. Chi-Yu might just swap here. Can't really afford to, though, can it? This foul play is so threatening. I think I swap in Chien-Pao, get the Sword of Ruin boost, go for the Glide into Chi-Yu. They're staying in with Chi-Yu, so if I pick up this KO, I guess there's still a chance. But that crit on Zamazenta is really rough. It doesn't get the pickup, okay. Looks like they got a little more HP in their Chi-Yu than nothing. Maybe that was a low roll too. That could have been about 60%, yeah. And they put up Trick Room. Fine by me. What, I Sucker Punch and Glide in the Calyrex, you take out Chien-Pao. Do I need to hit Chi-Yu? I think I do need to hit Chi-Yu. I also need to double Calyrex. I wonder if it's enough. Chi-Yu taking Chien-Pao might not be the worst if it is enough into the Calyrex. Chi-Yu swapping is huge. Calyrex might Tera here, depending on what their Tera is, not if it's water. Protecting Calyrex makes a little bit of sense, I guess. So I can still get the Sword of Ruin Grassy Glide. But they're gonna redirect Sucker Punch. Most likely. 2 turns of Grass, 3 turns of Trick Room. Next to no chance of winning. not no chance of winning. So they're definitely going to Rage Powder Glacial Lance. Definitely. I don't have any play into that because that'll KO Rillaboom. And that's the end of the game. So my only play is they don't do that, and they let me get the Sucker Punch Glide off. That's the only play I have. Okay, they don't let me do that. Yeah, it's a perfect pin. There's absolutely nothing I can do unless Glide magically picks up. That's a lot, but didn't pick up. Glacial Lance, yeah. Good game to my opponent. Even though I got crit, they had the exact right lead. They made great plays. If I had gone Tera Dragon Wide Guard on the second turn for some reason, I didn't even know they had Dazzling Gleam at that point. But losing Zamazenta in that matchup is rough, so they played right in knocking that thing out. They have Chi-Yu with a Scarf, so even if I get out of Trick Room, they can come in and hit me with that. And since I only have 8 HP, they definitely have at least one 100% accurate move, so there's absolutely no way to win this. Even if I double protect to get out of Trick Room, flinch them both to death with Fiery Wrath. This game is just lost. Would Chandelure have helped? Not great into Chi-Yu Flutter main, so no. I just had to play into Chi, and they have a great trainer card, so I'm not even mad. 1567. Yep, keep giving me the good ratings. Lunala with Scizor? Ooh. They got Urshifu, Chien-Pao, Scizor, Tornadus, Raging Bolt, and Lunala. Lunala's pretty cool. It does take full power Heavy Slam, which is nice. Moltres can at least scare them into terastallizing, but then can't really do much else after forcing that. I could take speed control a little bit with Flutter, but Flutter is a liability against Scizor. Zamazenta's great here. Like, what is Zamazenta even afraid of? Urshifu a little, maybe? If it's the water one. If I Tera Dragon, Icicle Crash, Moonblast could be a problem. I think I just go with Chien-Pao Zamazenta. Just do as much damage as I can, as quickly as I can. Lunala often having Meteor Beam or Moonblast makes Moltres a little scary. Always having Moongeist Beam is a little scary for Chandelure, but Chandelure, bad into Urshifu, okay into Scizor, bad into Chien-Pao. I do like Rillaboom, except that it can't really hit Scizor, so maybe I do bring Chandelure just for the Scizor? Feels better than the Moltres, at least. Yeah, I think that's what I go with, because this Lunala likely has some coverage moves. It doesn't seem to be Psy Spam. They don't have Psychic Terrain. So I don't think I can expect it to have 2 stab moves. I think I can expect it to have the Ghost move and... Oh, cool Lion. And maybe... Oh, and it's name appropriate, too. Huh. Lunala Chien-Pao. Lunala Chien-Pao. Okay. I don't hate this. Their Chien-Pao Sword of Ruin activates first, meaning we are speed tied. That we are both jolly. I think I want to double Lunala. With Heavy Slam Icicle Crash. That's what I'm tempted. That's my first thought. Rillaboom can pick off their Chien-Pao after we break its Sash. But Chien-Pao, most Chien-Paos are running just Ice and Dark moves. I guess they could have Sacred Sword. But yeah, I think I want to double the Lunala. But not with Sucker Punch. They could easily use a status move or something. Alright, here's Crash. Break the Shadow Shield. Decent damage. Icy Wind Chien-Pao? Yo! That's sick. Are you gonna Meteor Beam my Chien-Pao now? Yes, you are! Oh, okay. Sick. If they'd won the speed tie there, Chien-Pao would have just got obliterated before it could even move. Thanks for winning the speed tie, Chien-Pao. Let's see how much Heavy Slam does. We still get the Sword of Ruin boost because theirs is on the field. Icy Wind. I would not have made that play. It's gotta be Rillaboom. I could see Tera Ghost from their Chien-Pao to avoid a fake out. Zamazenta will be slower than Lunala. I'm gonna Heavy Slam the Chien-Pao and just glide the Lunala. Lunala swap. Okay, if this is just a swap and like an Icicle Crash, swap into Scizor even. Well, I have Chandelure for that. Nice spinner, gets rid of my terrain, likely gets the KO, right? No, not quite. Oh, that's huge. No KO there is massive. And we bring Chien-Pao to Sash. Alright, my priority is getting rid of this Chien-Pao. So I'm going to Heavy Slam that slot again and hard swap into Chandelure. I can get my Grass back, I can still glide stuff. There are two things in Grassy Glide range. Grassy Glide is still useful. If they ever pop Tera, Chandelure can threaten something, I'm sure. There's Icy Wind, makes sense. Would have finished off the Rillaboom if it connected into it. There's Heavy Slam, goodbye Chien-Pao, goodbye your speed control. Maybe I can get Trick Room up in this match somehow. And Brick Break into Zamazenta, not so bad. Scizor with Brick Break. Here's Urshifu, is it water? Yes it is. Alright. Alright. Tera Grass Chandelure can get Trick Room up. With Zamazenta at -2 now? Should be slower than everything. Scizor's iffy, I guess. But I'm going to Body Press the Urshifu. No, because Grassy Glide can finish off Urshifu at any moment. So I would need to Body Press Scizor, anticipating it to Tera. Tera Grass Trick Room. I guess there's a chance they're just going straight after Zamazenta here. Rillaboom with basically no HP is not the best thing to have. They have priority moves on with Aqua Jet and Bullet Punch, which could be awkward. Surging Strikes is into Zamazenta. That's a little rough. I was hoping to catch that on my Chandelure. Well, it doesn't do crazy damage. Body Press the Scizor. Almost eliminates it. Oh, so close. And they Brick Break again. Not knocking Zamazenta out. Presumably -1 Chandelure will go before Scizor, which is beautiful. I don't think Bullet Punch can knock out Zamazenta. So Heat Wave, Body Press could get all the KOs I need. I think Life Orb, Heat Wave plus Body Press might pick up Urshifu depending on their spread. I'll have to be careful when Lunala comes back in because Meteor Beam doesn't usually have Wide Guard, but it's an option. Chandelure should pick off Scizor before it can hit Zamazenta. Yep, there's Heat Wave, double connects. That Urshifu should be in range of Body Press. And as we saw last turn, it moved before Zamazenta, so now Zamazenta will move first. Beautiful! Chandelure saving the day. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. This is what I'm here for. Chandelure gaming. Hello, Lunala. Any chance you're slower than a -1 Chandelure? I doubt it. Heavy Slam. They did not use Tera yet, right? I guess they could be Tera normal. Heavy Slam. Shadow Ball is... I mean, Grassy Glideable at any point, so it's game over. Yeah, just let Chandelure get the KO. Beautiful! I love this candle. Alright, alright. And I was almost considering dropping Trick Room for, like, Haze for Dondozo matchups, but we fought a Dondozo and didn't need Haze, and now Chandelure saved the day with Trick Room, so right call. 1463, that's rough. If I lose this one, I'll lose a lot of points. It's Terapagos with Scream Tail. And a Screens Grimmsnarl, most likely. Follow Me Rock Pond, Fake Out from Incin, and an Urshifu, which is most likely water, it looks like. Just for a little bit of offense. That's most of their offense, though. I guess Rock Pond is pretty offensive. Zamazenta is the matchup here. They need to get rid of my Zamazenta as soon as possible, and I need to make sure they don't get rid of my Zamazenta as soon as possible. I'm just going to do Zama Chien-Pao, because that should take care of Rock Pond, which is one of the things I'm most afraid of. Then, Water Shifu is a little scary, so I want Rillaboom. And it's probably Fluttermane. It can give me speed control, should be faster than their whole team. Icy Wind and Thunder Wave could be nice to spam. Yeah, I think that's fine. I guess my question is, should I lead Fluttermane? Fluttermane Zamazenta? If I'm them and I want to get through Zamazenta, I'm leading Incineroar, Urshifu. Fluttermane doesn't really help too much against. Yeah, I think this is right. I know I have the right 4. I don't think this is a Chandelure game at all. But I guess Scream Tail plus like Heatran, which has been running around, is a Chandelure game. Ooh, shiny Dragapult. Nice. Shiny Ghosts. But I actually have my Chandelure. You didn't bring... Okay, Ogerpon Scream Tail. Disgusting. Absolutely vile. I am happy about nothing that's going on right here. I did want to get rid of the Ogerpon, I guess. Screamtail can't do much offensively. But the Encore and Disable stuff is going to be a pain. I'm going straight for Body Press Icicle Crash. Chien-Pao's not going to lose its Sash anyway doing that, even if they Spiky Shield. Which I could see them Spiky Shielding. Protect from Screamtail, also Spiky Shield. Yeah, they're just going to double protect, and then they're going to disable whatever move I throw out. But that's quite okay, because I'm going to switch it up and use Sacred Sword Heavy Slam. So whichever move you disable, whatever. You can mess me up by clicking Encore, because then my target would be randomized, but whatever. Heavy Slam, Sacred Sword should do just fine. Oh no, my Body Press! Whatever will I do now? So this exchange at least I win, but I may be in a little bit of trouble now that I can't Body Press for a while. But at least I got them down 1 mon, which is nice. I guess they could Encore me into Sacred Sword. Okay, it's Urshifu. Water Shifu. That's what Rillaboom is for. I guess I could swap in Rilla. Chien-Pao, rather just attack with, like, Tera Dragon Heavy Slam. Make sure Urshifu doesn't do anything to my Zamazenta. I don't mind the Tera because I still have Wide Guard, possibly. And I'll Icicle Crash Screamtail, mostly because I want to stay on the field. I get the feeling they might try to Encore my Sacred Sword. So I'm not sure how much value that really gives them. They might just go... Do they have an attack? What do these things usually run? I know it's Encore Disable for sure. Protect. You use like Dazzling Gleam? Okay, you're encoring my Heavy Slam, but I'm already clicking that. Icicle Crash misses. Okay, well that's the downside of running that move. But Heavy Slam gets the one-hit KO. That makes up for it. Icicle Crash did not matter. And Surging Strike's oh, they got the correct slot. Okay. This will be a roll depending on their item. It looks like they're Mystic Water though, so they get the KO. Okay. I'm locked into Heavy Slam, which is annoying, but I have 2 KOs. Which means Urshifu ain't going anywhere. But because I'm locked into Heavy Slam, they can just attack with Terapagos pretty freely. Based on the damage on Chien-Pao, I think that can't be Sash Urshifu. I guess it could have just been a good roll. I think I need to swap to Flutter. Because if I'm locked in Heavy Slam for 2 more turns, they can super effective Tera do the stuff. They're gonna get rid of my terrain. But Grassy Glide is still the move I want to click. Like Choice Band Grassy Glide probably still KOs Urshifu anyway, even without the terrain. And if they don't Terrastalize themselves, I get the priority. But I anticipate they get rid of my terrain here, so they can go first. I guess if Rillaboom goes down to Tera Starstorm here, which would surprise me, they seem like a calm mindset. No offensive item would be my guess. Yeah, they're popping Tera. Surprised they're not a little more worried about Fake Out. But I guess they gotta keep the pressure up while they have the Encore locked. Grass is gone. Calm Mind? He clicked Calm Mind? What's Urshifu clicking? Ooh, Surging Strike's catching the Flutter. That's a good play. Knowing what I could have had in the back and knowing I have to swap out Zamazenta, they just went hard into you're swapping out Zamazenta. No question about it. I'd be in a better position if I clicked U-turn that turn. Oh, Urshifu doesn't even go down. I think I wide guard Grassy Glide the Urshifu this turn. Because if they don't Starstorm, they have what, Earth Power? Probably close combat somebody. Okay, there's Starstorm. That's nice to see. Could be close combat my Rilla here, which would hurt. Taunt my Zamazenta. Oh, okay. Okay, they got lots of ways to stop my wide garden. They're playing this real good for a bad matchup. I don't have my +1 boost, so I'm not going to one-shot this Terapagos. Can't protect, so Body Press, Grassy Glide is really my only play now. I just have to see how much damage I take. They got a Calm Mind boost, so it's going to be a lot. And they're faster than Rillaboom, which is probably the end of the game here. If they knock out Zamazenta, it's over, because I have some chip on me. Ooh, 4 HP! 4 HP! Zamazenta the GOAT! Let's go! Let's go! If Zamazenta went down there, Starstorm would then be a single target move, which it already did over half to Rillaboom, so it would definitely KO. Whoo! Zamazenta just barely hanging on. You love it. You love it. One mistake I made was Grassy Gliding the Urshifu, assuming it would KO without my terrain. Because it did not. And that taunt messed me up big time. So if I had just locked in Wood Hammer instead, the recoil would not have been enough, it looks like, to put me in Starstorm range. Because I have like 70 HP left. And I'm not going to take 70 HP from Wood Hammering that, am I? It's like a third? 70 is a third of 210? Yeah, so no, I would still be alive with like 15 HP or something. Whew. Body press, goodbye Terapagos. Well, they brought that one really close for what was a great start for my great matchup. Encore, Disable, Taunt, living with Urshifu. Getting that KO on Fluttermane was pretty nice too. Very, very good. Kind of easy to predict, but still a good call. And good trainer card. 1472. Boo! Alright, oh, it's a cool team though. Miraidon Treads. I like that Miraidon Treads is picking up. I think Treads is a really cool mon. They have Chi-Yu Fluttermane, which is possibly what they'll use. Grimmsnarl and Smeargle. I don't know what Smeargle does on these comps. Maybe it's just a regular Smeargle? Have fun with it. Chi-Yu Fluttermane. Well, I'm not going to bring Moltres. Moltres does nothing in this matchup. I'm definitely bringing Rillaboom, Fluttermane, Zamazenta, Chien-Pao. It's these four. The two tech options aren't for this matchup. Rillaboom in the back, I'm thinking. Could be Flutter on lead. I don't see anything too wrong with Flutter on lead. Maybe Zamazenta lead as well? Zama Flutter? I don't hate that. Chien-Pao Flutter? No. Maybe? No. This way I do have Protect on both of my leads as well, which could be nice if they go Smeargle or Grimmsnarl on lead instead of Chi-Yu Fluttermane, which is kind of what I'm worried about. Alright. Yeah, there's like absolutely nothing on that team Chandelure wants to fight, there's nothing on that team Moltres wants to fight, so it's the boring four for this matchup. But they're so strong and so aggressive. Oh my goodness! They got the little donkey, and it's shiny. Mudbray. I used the Mudbray team. Go ahead and look that up. When I played Little Cup, Mudbray was like the MVP of my Little Cup VGC team. Oh, what do you know? Chi-Yu Fluttermane, and the Chi-Yu's ability went first, so it's Scarf, but my booster energy's going first, so I'm faster than your Fluttermane. Unless we speed tie, which I think I picked a weird number for my Fluttermane's speed stat, so I don't think the speed tie is very likely. I don't think I picked 190. 167, 178. Oh no, I'm thinking of my Zamazenta speed stat. Well, I guess I'm faster. Chi-Yu Scarf, so there's nothing wrong with double protect, honestly. Especially when I have access to Wide Guard, Icy Wind, Body Press, Heavy Slam. So many options that I can pull out next turn. Depending on what they click, I might Thunder Wave Heavy Slam. They're going for Thunder Wave into Zamazenta. Cool. And Dark Pulse into Zamazenta. Alright. I don't Tera Zamazenta. I leave Chi-Yu alone. Heavy Slam. Thunder Wave of my own. Icy Wind might not be enough for Zamazenta to catch most Fluttermanes, so it's gotta be Thunder Wave. Icy Wind's more accurate, I wish I could click it, but, you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. Fluttermane just gets its own Thunder Wave off, I guess that's not the end of the world. Miraidon should be faster than me anyway. Flutter Swap makes sense. Smeargle. I'm happy with paralyzing and hitting a Smeargle. I'll take that any day. Dark Pulse into Fluttermane. Does just over half, unfortunately. I think I Icy Wind and go for Body Press into Chi-Yu. Smeargle, full Tera, cool. They were going for Fake Out, most likely, on my Zamazenta, which I was just going to accept. If I just get the speed drop on Chi-Yu and knock out the Smeargle and lose Fluttermane for it, that would have been okay. They also could have Tera ghosted here, but that full para, huge. Huge. Not gonna lie, it was huge. Now if you have Miraidon Flutter Mane, oh boy, that's beautiful. Icy Wind City. It'll make you slower than everything. The Miraidon's typically choice. I wonder if I just Icy Wind protect Zamazenta, see what they're up to. At the very least, I can change the terrain when I take a hit from it if I miss Icy Wind. They could protect their Flutter here, I guess, if they have it. Battle's just canceled. They're done. Woohoo! Yeah, assuming I hit the Icy Wind there, that battle is done. Cool trainer card and a good game. Above 1500, I guess I can't complain. Terapagos, I definitely can't complain. Amoonguss is annoying. Urshifu, Fluttermane, Whimsicott, Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu, Fluttermane. It's kind of a weird one. I don't know if that's offensive Terapagos or if it's just a defensive one. I guess it could be Specs. I'd almost rather it be Specs. I'm gonna lead Zamazenta. The Amoonguss makes me almost want to bring Moltres. But I think Zamazenta and Fluttermane is probably the way. If they just have Whimsicott with Tailwind, whatever, Heavy Slam, boom. Otherwise I can take speed control unless I guess their Fluttermane is faster. Rillaboom for the Urshifu and Chien-Pao. Definitely not a Chandelure game. Probably not a Moltres game. Moltres would be good against the Amoonguss, but that's about it. So I think it's these four, and I think it's this order. Guess Zamazenta might not be the right lead, but it is. No, Zamazenta's the right lead. It threatens both Chi-Yu and Fluttermane, while also threatening Terapagos. You can give Amoonguss some trouble next to Chien-Pao because of the Icicle Crash. Cool trainer card. Orange Sky. Not bad, not bad. Chi-Yu and Fluttermane. Alright, exactly what we're expecting. Now let's see the order of things. Beads of Ruin activates first because you're Scarf Chi-Yu, you always are. Who gets their booster first? They do. Boo! Alright, well, unless they hard swap in to Whimsicott, there's not much that can punish me going for double protect here. I guess substitute on Fluttermane. Swapping in Whimsicott with Encore. But I want to bait out a Tera. I want to see what they're up to. Especially because Chi-Yu has to lock in a move here. So I would appreciate seeing that. Maybe it'll go like Heat Wave and I can wide guard it. I'm curious as to whether their Fluttermane has Shadow Ball as well. Chi-Yu swap. Oh. Into Amoonguss. Okay. And a Protect on Flutter. Interesting. Okay. And Zamazenta's Protect fails, meaning I could protect with Zamazenta this turn. Interesting. Grass Fluttermane worth anything? No, they've got Chi-Yu, so probably not. But I could protect. Doesn't do much for me. I think I want to go for Heavy Slam. Into Fluttermane. And Thunder Wave the Amoonguss. Icy Wind I don't get. So it looks like they're going for a Spore, probably into Zamazenta. I guess the Icy Wind makes sense to become... have Chi-Yu become faster than my Flutter Mane. That makes sense. But giving me the Heavy Slam into Flutter, thank you. Love to see that. Might be worth getting Spored here. Might not, we'll see. Full Para! Let's go! Let's go! Over a long game that Amoonguss likes to play, a Paralysis is very likely at some point, which is why I went for that Thunder Wave. But I didn't expect it first turn. That's amazing. That is so amazing. Chi-Yu would have to lock in a move if it comes in, so I can just double protect. Your last is most likely Terrapago, so I'll have to keep that in mind. Can't really swap in anything because I brought all my fire weaknesses, of course. But yeah, I could double protect. Just see what you're up to. You're likely going to throw a single target move, but if it's like Overheat, I could Tera Dragon. And if it's Dark Pulse, I can just ignore you, I guess. Yeah, Rage Powder makes sense. I could still attack Chi with Flutter if I Tera Grass. But they're locking Overheat, so don't want to do that. I will Tera Dragon. I will go for the Body Press into Chi-Yu, I think. And pop an Icy Wind. It's damage into Amoonguss. It slows down the Chi-Yu. It's not bad. The Body Press super punishes them if they want to go... They're not going to Tera, that's good. If they want to go for Spore, they'll get super punished by the Body Press. They probably switch targets on Overheat to Flutter Mane, right? You gotta see my Tera coming. I would have gone Grass by now, if I had it. Yeah, good targeting. Flutter Mane lives at 1 HP because Flutter Mane's just the GOAT. Good Icy Wind damage into Amoonguss. And lowers the speed of Chi-Yu. Another Icy Wind plus Body Press should finish off Amoonguss. Yep, it's below half. So I'm going to go for Body Press into Chi-Yu again and Icy Wind. I guess they could give up Chi-Yu and get a Spore off that way. Would they ever protect Amoonguss? Overheat into Flutter? Maybe. Should I Body Press the Amoonguss outright is my question. No, I feel like... I guess they could Tera Ghost the Chi-Yu right here, right? It's an option. Probably something that could keep them in the game. But they're not going for it. Alright, we're just going to take Amoonguss. And they're going to take Flutter. Assuming they connect the Overheat, which they probably do. They still have Tera, which is interesting. We still have Wide Guard on the field. What do I want to go into? Chien-Pao, probably? Overheat. Misses! Oh, okay. When I said if they connect the Overheat, I was like, oh, they probably do. So what do I want to do? I want to break the shell Body Press. How slow is that Chi-Yu now? -2 Scarf. That's 167. Is 1.5 times 0.5 is 125. I believe that's faster than my Rillaboom still. Yeah. If they're timid, they're still faster. So I think I want to I want to body press Terapagos and Icy Wind because that prevents them from just going for Tera Starstorm with Tera this turn. And also the Chi-Yu is just not a threat. Not anymore with Overheat. Like, even if you just protected Terapagos and took out Flutter Mane this turn, like, okay. And plus this speed drop will actually make Rillaboom faster than it, which is nice, so... Yeah, and there goes Terapagos. Alright. Alright, Flutter Mane. Let's see if they can finally take out get a KO here. Yeah, there you go. Should have had that last turn. But it wouldn't really have changed much. I guess they still have Tera, but... Chien-Pao Sucker Punch will stop Ghost Tera from doing anything, so you're done. They do still have Tera, right? I'm not crazy? Yeah. Okay. I guess they were just hoping I didn't double into the Terapagos, or that I missed. I probably should have been a little safer and gone Moonblast plus Body Press. Because if Icy Wind had not connected on Terapagos, it had its shell still, Body Press doesn't KO, they get to... Maybe they were going single target Starstorm, knock out Zamazenta, if they're like specs. But yeah, there goes the Chi-Yu. No, you're not getting away with that. I covered for that. I knew you still had Tera. It was Ghost the whole time. It probably could have done that earlier and like gone for a Spore with a Moongus. Might have been a better play since Terapagos didn't get to do anything anyway. But anyway, good game. Good trainer card. 1561. Pretty close to me. I'll take it. We got a Moongus, Incineroar, Cresselia, Ursaluna, Grimmsnarl, Terapagos. Yo. That bear is scary looking. Alright, Zamazenta for sure. Definitely a Zamazenta game. No question. Zamazenta is great here. They got 3 things weak to fighting. To handle a Moongus, I'm tempted to bring Moltres. Moltres is also good into Cresselia. It's not bad into Ursaluna. Do need something for a Moongus. They're gonna bring a Moongus, no question. I guess the question is whether I just go with Chien-Pao. Flutter Mane doesn't do much. Rillaboom's great. Like, Incineroar is the only problem with Rillaboom. So I think it's Zamazenta, Moltres, Rillaboom. And since it's a Trick Room-centered team, I'm thinking Chien-Pao with Sucker Punch is better than Flutter Mane. But Chandelure is definitely something I should think about here for like a second. Immunity to normal. Resistance to ground if I Tera. But weak to Incin. Chien-Pao at least has Sacred Sword, which is still pretty good. And it's my best bet at hitting a Moongus with Icicle Crash, so I want it. Ooh, Shiny Entei. You should have brought that. Alright. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Incin, Grimmsnarl. Okay. Could be worse, I guess. I think I want to taunt Incineroar and go for a heavy slam at Grimmsnarl. I guess Incin could fake out. I guess it could be Grimmsnarl fake out Moltres, Incineroar, Will-O-Wisp, Zamazenta. But that seems unlikely. And the Incineroar just goes for fake out. And they set up late screen. Okay. Zamazenta flinches, and we get to taunt the Incin. Now, who's their switch into Body Press? Amoonguss, Cresselia, Terraghost the Incin. I think I'm happy to go Body Press. No, I want to go Heavy Slam into Grimm. I kind of want to foul play the Ensign. I think it might try to Tera or swap out, but I think Fiery Wrath is probably fine too. Might even get a flinch if it gets the flinch chance on it. And then once the Tera's baited out, that'll be a lot nicer. Yeah, Ensign swaps. It could just be a Moongus, then foul play wouldn't have helped. Cresselia? Both moves are probably about the same on a Cresselia. Now the Reflect is up. Almost a 2-shot. I can... it'll be close. I could Heavy Slam Fiery Wrath again. They could bring in Incineroar. I could bring in Chien-Pao and Heavy Slam. I think I really need to get rid of Grim. Maybe I want to go for Body Press into Grim now, though. Incineroar might be coming back. And I do want to taunt Cresselia, for sure. Moltres probably going to get hit by a Spirit Break, is my only... Oh! Taunt my Zamazenta? Who cares? I'll taunt your Cresselia. And Body Press is enough. Okay, good. I thought it might be because I was intimidated before. But with the Reflect, I thought it might live. I guess Body Press is just that strong. Cresselia is taunted and can't Trick Room. Okay. No Mentaler? And you just try to Trick Room in front of a taunt? Okay. I'm thinking just Body Press, Ensign, Taunt Ensign. I still don't want to get Will-O-Wisp if they have it. Moltres is kind of working out here. Probably because they didn't bring anything that can do damage. They got screens up. Good for them. They let me Body Press the Ensign, which does a big chunk. Nice. The Reflect does save them. Sad. But we get to taunt, so the worst they can do is attack with, like, Flare Blitz. They can't even Parting Shot. There's Moonblast into Zamazenta. That's like nothing. It is Flare Blitz. Alright, they doubled up. That'll do something. But now I can... what? Oh, I can't protect because of the taunt. That's right. So I guess I go for Body Press into Ensign. Fiery Wrath? Spam now? It could be Tera Ghost. Ensign. So I'm going to click Foul Play. No, Ensign just swapping. Okay. Who? Terapagos? You're just going to let me hit that? Alright, if you say so. Not like Foul Play's gonna do much, and Body Press is gonna be the one to break the shell, but still. I guess you then protect and pivot in Incineroar? Yeah. Unless Cresselia is done being taunted. It should be done being taunted now. Okay, your leftovers Terapagos. I'm calling they protect Terapagos. Swap Cresselia to Ensign, most likely. And then next turn they can go for a Fake Out and some shenanigans. I'm gonna hard call that. I'm gonna Body Press Cress. Could I lose the game off of that? Yeah. Do I need to be bold? I think I should. I'm gonna Body Press Cress and just throw Fiery Wrath. I'm doing it. Ally Switch! Yes! That's not what I was aiming for, but it works. Oh, they're gonna be so mad. Turn off the game. Oh boy. Oh no, they mad. They gotta be so mad about that. I wasn't calling ally switch. I knew it was an option, but I didn't even like think it was real. I thought they would swap in instant. But no, if you got ally switch, that move makes sense there. Oh boy. I'm gonna just protect Zamazenta. Taunt Cresselia? Nah. Body press Incin. Taunt Cresselia. Yeah, battles after a read like that. That's not even what I was reading, but whoo, GG. 1499. I'm almost at 1600. How's that fair? Miraidon, standard team, with Whimsicott, Farigiraf, Iron Hands, Urshifu, and Fire Ogerpon. Okay. I think Zamazenta Fluttermane is my play here. Rillaboom in the back, Chien-Pao. Pretty standard stuff. Depending on what they lead, could get a little awkward. Oh? Alright, a 1565. That's not so bad. Grass Ogerpon, cool. They got their own Zamazenta, Entei, Chien-Pao, and then Cresselia, Ursaluna. Oh. That's just good Zamazenta stuff plus a Trick Room package. That's very interesting. Against Zamazenta, I always bring Chandelure. So, congrats, Chandelure game. But where would I want it? On lead? Maybe. I think Fluttermane can give me a big advantage here. Fluttermane plus Zamazenta. Bring Chandelure for sure. And end on my own Chien-Pao probably. Sacred Sword is nice. Sucker Punch is nice. Moltres is a no-go. Rillaboom is okay. Rillaboom's not bad. Rillaboom's not bad by any means. I'm not dropping Chandelure or Zamazenta. It would be Fluttermane or Chien-Pao. Maybe it's Fluttermane. I could see that. Yeah, last second change. We're doing Zamazenta Chien-Pao lead. Since I have a max speed Chien-Pao on a fairly fast Zamazenta, maybe it's fine to not bring the Icy Wind speed control. Grassy Glide can definitely pick some stuff off at some point. Cool trainer card, I guess. Even if I don't get the speed control, I guess I have Trick Room on Chandelure. Ogerpon Crest. Y'all want Trick Room. Got it. Maybe I just body press the Ogerpon. Bring in like Rillaboom? Because they're going to want to sweep with the bear? Even bring in Chandelure to try to reverse it. I'll bring in Rillaboom first. I don't want to risk Chandelure taking too much damage before Zamazenta hits the field. And Rillaboom will be nice to have it on the field if they do bring in Ursaluna soon. Yeah, just follow me and probably Trick Room most likely. Don't know if Body Press will KO you. I don't know how bulky you use your build. Your Focus Sash. Okay. No, your eject button. You just lived on one and ejected. That's cool. Hi, Ursaluna. And Crest Trick Room. Okay. What's your Tera on the bear? Probably Ghost? I'm wondering if it's worth giving up Zamazenta's defense boost. I think it's not. I think I just want to protect. Where am I going to use my Tera? Probably here. Tera Grass, Grassy Glide. Because they could probably Tera defensively here. I would guess Ghost, maybe Fairy. So Grassy Glide would still be neutral. Yeah, it's Ghost. Okay. Now the question is, I didn't have time to pull up a calc, but should I have brought in Chien-Pao here? I guess they could also ally switch. But the fact that they made themselves weak to Sucker Punch is nice. Helping Hand. You don't need that if you're going Facade into Rillaboom, right? So probably Headlong Rush. Which would be beautiful, because then I can just double up with another one of these. Chien-Pao, I think, would just barely have missed it. If I brought Chien-Pao in, I still think that would have been just shy of a knockout, so good call. Oh, you're in Grassy Glide range, bud. Sorry, not sorry. Against Cresselia? What's stronger? Got a couple seconds to pull that back up. Heavy Slam. A little more than Body Press because it's max power. Okay. I'm definitely going to Grassy Glide to Ursaluna. I guess they could, if they have Ally Switch. They protect the Ursaluna, fine. Oh, they're going to heal up with Lunar Blessing, I guess. Don't think that gets you out of range, does it? It might. Heavy Slam does some damage. But that might be just out of range, so honestly, it's time for Chien-Pao. Especially because they didn't take Burn Chip there. Yeah, Chien-Pao, hit the field, Sword of Ruin, Grassy Glide, we'll get the KO from here. If you have Helping Hand, Trick Room, Ally Switch, Lunar Blessing, that's crazy. Sword of Ruin time. Let's go, Chien-Pao. Let's go, Choice Band, Tera Grass, Sword of Ruin, Grassy Terrain, Grassy Glide, Bye Bear. Oh yeah. That felt nice. Probably another Lunar Blessing. Cool. 1 HP Ogre Pawn, probably a full Zamazenta in the back. Last turn of Trick Room and last turn of Grassy Terrain. I'll just protect my Chien-Pao and bring Chandelure in. Worst case scenario, Cresselia hits us with like a Psychic. They already used Tera, which is nice. I can just spam Heat Wave. Helping Hand. Body pressing the Rillaboom. I don't think you would need a Helping Hand to hit Chien-Pao. Yeah, Body Press. Cool. And if you want a Wide Guard forever, be my guest. I guess I do gotta get rid of Cresselia. I'll Icicle Crash and Heat Wave. That should be fine. Like, you can Wide Guard if you want. Take down my Chandelure slowly. If they Wide Guard, I think I'll switch over and start, like, Sacred Swording down the Zamazenta. Okay, no Wide Guard. Icicle Crash connects, does something to Cresselia. Just Body Press the Chien-Pao, that makes sense. A-okay with me. Got that Sash. And I get to Connect a Heat Wave! Good damage. And Lunar Blessing to heal up a bit? Fine, whatever. See if I care. I think now it's, what, Sacred Sword into Zamazenta? Probably does it. And Shadow Ball into Crest. It's my most damage into Crest. Might KO it from here. Sacred Sword might be iffy, but yeah, they just protect it anyway. They're trying to sneak in another heal, but I don't think they're going to get it. I think Shadow Ball finishes. Then I can pressure that Sacred Sword again. I guess they could follow me it or whatever. Yeah, Crest is gone. Good job, Chandelure. I don't think that crit was necessary, but I appreciate your enthusiasm. And we know you just got Ogerpon. So I'm gonna just throw the Sacred Sword at Zamazenta. It might finish from here. And probably follow up with Heat Wave? They already used Tera. Ogerpon's... I think Ogerpon gets Quick Attack. I'm just gonna throw a Heat Wave. Okay, they wide guarded. We'll protect the Zamazenta then. We'll still take some Sacred Sword. Which is enough. Okay, I thought it might be. Ignoring the defense boost is huge. Alright. I think the Heat Wave still gets blocked though, so you're safe for one more turn. But a 1 HP Ogerpon isn't going to do much against everything left. It could have just been a Shadow Ball. I don't know. I don't think it matters at this point, but maybe that was more optimal to Shadow Ball there. Clearly it was more correct. I don't know if it was the best play against every play they could have made. Yeah, Body Press. Shadow Ball don't miss. Battle is cancelled. Good game, Chandelure. Yeah. That's the matchup it's for. Alright, 1553. Not bad. Not bad. Good rating. Whoa! Okay, it's a Zamazenta team, sort of. They got Zamazenta Chien-Pao. Pelipper's pretty common on those. They also have Raichu. Golden Go. Incineroar. I guess Incineroar's not crazy. But Golden Go? Zamazenta don't like seeing Golden Go, but Moltres do. Moltres maybe. Pelipper I don't like to see because that means Chandelure is a lot less effective against this style of Zamazenta. Normal Zamazenta teams, Chandelure is nice. This one, Chandelure suffers into like everything they have. Oh, this is a bad matchup, isn't it? This might be a matchup that's hard. Alright, Zamazenta's still good. Ain't nothing wrong with the Zamazenta. Maybe I bring Moltres. I don't know, do I put it in the back though? Because Zamazenta, like, Zama Flutter could be good. With Chien-Pao Moltres. Am I being baited into bringing Moltres? Moltres might not even be good. But what else do I have for Golden Go, really? Giving it a shot. Because I'm running low on time. But this is a crazy and cool team they got there. I wonder if the Raichu has Thunder. Probably not. No trainer card. Alright, they're not as cool as I thought they were. Instant Golden Go. Okay. I don't mind seeing that. I might have to give up my booster energy and go into Moltres here. I imagine the Fake Out is into Zamazenta. Don't know what the Golden Go is going to do, or if they're a nasty plot set or if they're a spec set. That scares me a little bit, that they might be a spec set. My Moltres isn't particularly fast, so if they're speed invested, they could go before it. Specs make it rain into specs make it rain. That -1 might do it to Moltres. I should have just led Moltres. I was so worried about like Chien-Pao Zamazenta lead. Protect. Probably fake out there. Didn't Tera the Golden Go, which is interesting. Yeah, there's the fake out. At least got that right. Shadow Ball. Into Zama. Yo. Love it. I'm going to try to body press Incin. And also taunt Incin. I think the Golden Go's scared. They might get cheeky and try to get a Will-O-Wisp off with Tera on Incin. I want to prevent that as a priority. Will-O-Wisp's pretty common on Incin in this meta. They don't always have it. And an open team sheet would help me out a lot in this position. Like, is that Golden Go specs into Shadow Ball? Because if so, maybe I should be attacking that slot. Incin swaps. Into what? Pelipper. I guess that makes sense. But I taunted you, so you're not going to be able to wide guard next turn. Oh, are they going to protect and try to wide guard? Yeah. Nice. Nice. I will take this and run with it. Good body press damage into Pelipper. Taunt Pelipper. Do I want Tera Dragon? I think I do. The last is Zamazenta, and it's good against Zamazenta. The only other thing I would want is Ghost on Pao, but I can live without it. Because it's probably going to be Weather Ball into Zamazenta here. I'm going to Fiery Wrath. And I'm going to body press the Golden Go slot. If they Tera, they're going to get hit by body press. If they swap into Zamazenta or Incineroar, they're going to get hit by body press. If they don't Tera, they get hit by Fiery Wrath and get to live another day. But no, they swap. Most likely Incin. Bye, Incin. Thanks for playing. I'd be interested to see Pelipper's speed relative to my Moltres. If I can go before it, that would be nice, because I can get a potential flinch. And my next Fiery Wrath can knock it out before it does anything. Since I assume... Well, if it's a single target Fiery Wrath, it might KO, depending on... like, if they're fast. Bye, Incin. Love doing that, body press into a ghost slot. Oh, we are faster. That's so nice. Get the flinch, get the flinch, get the flinch. We don't need it, but get the flinch. Hurricane into my Moltres. Okay. Weather Ball would have triggered my Berserk. Thanks for no... They didn't bring Zamazenta. They baited me. I've been baited. They still have Tera. It's Heavy Slam to Chien-Pao because they still have Tera. And just protect Moltres. Ice Spinner into Moltres. Yeah, because Moltres is a massive threat to them. They have Golden Go and a low health Pelipper that's slower than it. Hurricane into Zamazenta. Fine. Taunt is over. And Heavy Slam the Chien-Pao. Probably give them Flutter Mane. Yeah, if at least bring in Flutter Mane and they do something silly like protect their Chien-Pao and attack with Pelipper, then it's like a little bit better to have Flutter Mane in here. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Hurricane makes sense. Oh, they get the confusion. That's iffy. I guess Zamazenta's not super important anymore. I'm gonna protect Zama. Moonblast the Pow. They could swap in Golden Go, I guess. And I can Moonblast down the other slot. I guess Zamazenta might be important for Wide Guard. Maybe I should have preserved it. Well, I'll probably get to protect anyway. No, I don't. Ooh. Yeah, this could be rough. Throat Chop into Flutter main. Okay. Take that trade for your Pow. Now Moltres is pretty well positioned. And who do you hit? Tailwind. Oh. No more rain, though. That's pretty bad for Pelipper. Pelipper stocks are down. So what now? Wide Guard? Moonblast the Pelipper? That's what I'm going with. You're probably smart enough to go for Shadow Ball. Just in case you're not. I think I have to at least protect, because there's a chance their specs Golden Go, right? No, they have protect. Alright, let's see if I get the Wide Guard. I do not. Don't make it. Yikes! I got the call right. That sucks. Alright, well at least they're at -1 now, which will be nice. They can double into Chien-Pao, which sucks. But they would have to actually double attack into Chien-Pao. And also Moltres can just take anything they do. So I could just protect like Chien-Pao and like foul play the Pelipper. There's no way they're gonna knock out Moltres here. Sword of Ruin boosted foul play should be plenty to finish off like a 5 HP Pelipper. They might want to play like Wide Guard games, they might want to play Nasty Plot games. They still have Tera? In the face of 2 dark types, you're going to use Tera. Yeah, here's the Tera. Probably Steel Golden Go? Yeah, normal. That's same difference to me. Dark is still neutral, fighting is still super effective. Cool with that. Make it rain makes sense, and you must be doubling Chien-Pao then, because you didn't Wide Guard. This gets a special attack boost, which is beautiful. You didn't Nasty Plot, which is also beautiful. Yeah, Weather Ball to Chien-Pao. So now I'll be able to Sacred Sword you. And hit you with a +1 single target Fiery Wrath, because you're not going to knock out Moltres either. Perfect. That was a weird team, and they played it weirdly. No Zamazenta to this matchup is interesting. But me not bringing Chandelure is interesting too. They really brought everything that hates Chandelure. Chandelure would have had a bad time if I brought it. I'm glad I brought Moltres. Moltres, it was the star here. It did so much support for Zamazenta. Sacred Sword does a good amount. Fiery Wrath does the rest. Yeah, cool. Hey, that was a really bulky Golden Cow, huh? That might have... I thought it might live. But then I've got Sucker Punch Fiery Wrath, so if they try to play nasty block game, Sucker Punch, I still hit them, and yeah, would have been fine. Good game. Go get a trainer card. 1655. Let's go. All right. Ice Rider matchup. They got Rock Pond. Landorus is scary. Volcarona's scary. Urshifu Tornadus. So it's a fast Cali Ice. Pretty scary. I do think I want to do Moltres. Definitely want to do Zamazenta. But got a few things that threaten it. Don't know if it's right to just lead with it. It might be right to just lead with it. Ugh. Against Landorus, it wouldn't suck to have Flutter main. But what do I really have against Chandelure? Not a whole lot. Not Chandelure, Volcarona. I mean, Chandelure beats Volcarona, but suffers immensely into everything else, so I don't think I can bring Chandelure. I think it does have to be Flutter main and Chien-Pao. They're a little bit better into Landorus than anything else. And my answer into Volcarona is going to have to be Figure It Out. Definitely looks like a weak point for my team. Ice Rider matchups, I would prefer to handle like the old style of Ice Rider, where it's just hard Trick Room. But this fast Ice Rider's picking up a bit, and the mons they have next to it. Oh my god, that's adorable! The mons they have next to it, like Landorus in particular, pretty scary. Volcarona, as I said, is a bad matchup here. Ogerpon Volcarona. Interesting. So you have, what, the option to burn Zamazenta and just Ivy Cudgel into Moltres, and what am I going to do about it? Brilliant. I think I Terra Dark, Taunt, Protect. Then next turn I can figure something out. Hopefully I can take an Ivy Cudgel or two. Yeah, that's what I want to go with. This Volcarona could get out of hand. If it's offensive Volcarona, which leading next to Rock Pond makes me think it might be, I could be in a lot of trouble. But they could also be going on the offense with Rock Ogerpon. And just using the Volcarona as support. I'm not really sure what this lead is about. Yeah, there's Ivy Cudgel. Moltres can take another one, maybe. Will-O-Wisp, you're faster than my Moltres, as you should be. And we get to block the Will-O-Wisp. Okay, perfect. Well, good enough, at least. Now they can double into my Moltres and take it out if they want. Not much I can do about it. I think I want to just click Fiery Wrath, have the offensive pressure up. Body press Ogerpon. Oh, they're gonna let me body press Ogerpon. Okay, so they probably double into my Moltres, if I had to guess. Maybe they have Heat Wave. Okay, they crit Moltres, they don't need to double into it. Boo. With two of them, one of them was bound to crit, I guess. Heat Wave, it's gonna hurt even more now. Ah. Guess it's gotta be Flutter. With Flutter main, presumably they only have Heat Wave as their attacking move, so I can Wide Guard and Icy Wind here. Just to lower Volcarona's speed, knock out Ogerpon, but like... Ugh. Not a great start. I would have taken less Heat Wave damage if it was still spread. I could have Guess I could have protected Moltres there, tried to finish off Ogerpon. Really rough lead. Speed drop on Volk is nice. We're not going to let that Heat Wave happen. At least I'm still in an okay position here, because I can just still Icy Wind, Wide Guard. Last turn of their taunt. They could swap in Ice Rider, I guess. Double Spiky Shield. Okay. That's an interesting play. So they think they have a rough time here. So I'm not sure what they really get out of preserving the Ogerpon here, when I can just continue clicking Icy Wind. Unfortunately, now I need to hit the Volcarona with the like body press, because they're gonna Will-O-Wisp Zamazenta. I guess I could Icy Wind Protect. Question is whether I just want to body press Volcarona now while I have the chance. I'll just protect. Oh right, wide guard into... I messed up there. I messed up. Oops. Oh, and I missed the Ogerpon! That's gonna be game over anyway. Oh, not hitting Ogerpon there. After they get a double protect. And then I mess up and try to protect. And they set Tailwind. How did I miss the how did I miss the Ogerpon? Ogerpon will go first. We'll hit Flutter Mane. I can protect both of them now, but yeah, I messed up going for that protect there. I don't know what order these videos in, but this is my first match of this recording session, so I need to wake up. Ivy Cudgel, of course, and then is it Heat Wave or is it Will-O-Wisp? Will-O-Wisp. Gotcha. Oh, Will-O-Wisp into the Flutter Mane slot. That makes sense. Ish. I guess if I had just protected Flutter Mane, you would have been in trouble there. Two Tailwind turns. Guess I body press Ogerpon. They're gonna take out Flutter Mane for sure. Will-O-Wisp can miss. And after missing that critical Icy Wind, I think I deserve to dodge a move. I'm also faster than Volcarona, which is interesting. Could take advantage of that next turn, maybe. Oh, and they just Heat Wave! No! And it's a critical hit. Just add a little bit of insult to injury there. Okay, well that game didn't go very well. But yeah, I knew from team preview, Volcarona, problematic. Maybe I could have more aggressively targeted the Ogerpon and brought Chandelure. Volcarona... My Moltres didn't do much for me here. Basically nothing at all. Their last must be Ice Rider, so they brought Ogerpon, Volcarona, Urshifu, Ice Rider. Interesting. And cool trainer card. 1548, that's not too bad. Alright, Ice Rider, Rock Pond, Raging Bolt, Landorus with an Urshifu and a Grimmsnarl. Okay. Mostly normal Ice Rider stuff. I like Moltres, I like Zamazenta. They're not hard committing to Trick Room. Zamazenta doesn't like to see Landorus at all. But we got 2 ice moves on this team, Icy Wind, Icicle Crash. They also have Raging Bolt, which is weak to Chien-Pao. Chien-Pao looked pretty good here. I wonder if I should lead it. Save Moltres in the back. Since they're not hard committing to Trick Room, I think that could work. Still bring Moltres, Flutter main, probably. Rillaboom's not awful here either. But I think the fact that they don't have a Tailwind option means Icy Wind Flutter could be huge. Yeah, if they don't put up Trick Room, Flutter main's speed control will rule. Alright, cool trainer card. It's a stadium in the Ghost Gym area. Grimmsnarl, Calyrex. Okay. You might have Fake Out on Grim. You might just put up Reflect. You might be worried about what I'm about to do to your Calyrex. What I'm going to do is I'm going to body press the Calyrex. Probably Icicle Crash it as well. Or would I rather try to get rid of Grimmsnarl? I think I just want damage on Calyrex. Icicle Crash may or may not be effective depending on what their Tera type is. And if they pull it out right here. But you should anticipate that Chien-Pao typically has a dark move. So you probably Tera, or just maybe Protect. Also a chance on this comp that they are... Is there a chance they're like Assault Vest? Alright, fake out the Zamazenta. Not even worried about a single target dark move, huh? Maybe I'll flinch you. Zamazenta flinches. And close combat. Maybe they are Assault Vest, huh? With the Sword of Ruin boost, that almost did it, too. Alright, now they're gonna, what, speed control my Zamazenta with, like, Thunder Wave? I think I'll just protect... Sucker Punch? There's a lot of ways this could go right or wrong. I would think they might want to try to Thunder Wave my Zamazenta here, though, if they have it. So I want to protect that. Cali swap. That's interesting. Into Rock Pond. Alright, let's see if you have Thunder Wave, because if not, I'm just faster than Rock Pond. Yeah, you do have Thunder Wave, okay. I think I'm gonna go Body Press, Rock Pond, Protect, because their play would be what? Thunder Wave, Zamazenta, hit Chien-Pao with a Cudgel. If I eat up the Thunder Wave, I can still be faster with Chien-Pao, break the Sturdy, finish it off before it can do any damage. No Thunder Wave. Ivy Cudgel into Chien-Pao. Fine. Foul play into Chien-Pao. Totally fine. Okay. That's nice. Actually, that's really nice. Into Grimmsnarl. Heavy Slam does a little bit more than Body Press, it looks like, if I'm not intimidated, so Heavy Slam there, and I'll just Icicle Crash the Ogre Pond. If it uses Follow Me, Crash will hit first. Yeah, that looks good. And if they Spiky Shield, it doesn't break my Sash anyway, because Icicle Crash. It's one of the advantages of Icicle Crash over Ice Spinner. I know Ice Spinners, I would prefer to have Ice Spinner usually. But I've got Grass on this team, and ooh, there they go. Nice. Very nice. What you got for me now? Is it the horse again? Landorus. Okay, I see. Redirect whatever Chien-Pao wants to do. Get a free hit in. Guess I protect Zama. You still have Tera. I think I protect Zama, crash the Lando. Because with Icy Wind Flutter in the back, I'm less scared of the Ogerpon now. Yeah, and Ogerpon swapped anyway. Nice. Now my one fear is the Lando Scarf. But Crash into Sucker Punch would probably do it anyway if it is. And if they're not going to have Ogerpon on the field, they're vulnerable to Sucker Punch. And if they're not going to Terrastalize, Crash is going to be scary. Okay, they just protected. Alright. Alright, if you say so. But now I can crash that slot and what, body press into their horse? This is going pretty well, actually. Body press the horse, crash the Lando, who we know isn't Scarf. They can Tera, live the crash. Zamazenta will still outspeed, get off a body press. You're going to want to set Trick Room then. But that means you're not double attacking into Chien-Pao, which means I still have Sucker Punch next turn if you do that. And your Ogerpon's at 1 HP. And my Moltres should be slower than everything that isn't your horse. So, yeah, here's the Tera. Must be the Lando. And you gotta be doubling up into Chien-Pao. Steel. Not bad. I think Steel might be able to take Crash into Sucker Punch. Yeah, it looks like it would. Ooh, almost taking out the horse. There's Earth Power, and did you double into Chien-Pao? KO? You did, okay. And that takes out Zamazenta. Whoa. Alright, well, Fluttermane Moltres. Could the Landers have, like, Steel Tera Blast or something? I know I click Fiery Wrath. I click Fiery Wrath, and there is no more horse. I think I double in with Icy Wind. That would make the Landorus slower than Moltres, most likely. Because 168 times 2/3 is 112. If they're max speed, and I'm also 112. Oh, I speed tie if they're max speed. Interesting. Yeah, Wrath. Terra Grass would make me weak to Sludge Bomb if they have it. Should I just Wrath and Thunder Wave? I guess max speed Calyrex could be what they're running. If they're running max speed Calyrex, I need the Icy Wind for Moltres to outspeed. I know it's unlikely, but it's possible. Oh. They're Covert Cloak on their Landorus. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I need to... What do? They protect Ogerpon, KO Fluttermane with their Lando. Then I may be in trouble. I could protect both of my Mons here. And that's only punishable by, like, if they have Substitute. Just trying to bait out a Protect from their Ogerpon, really. Which they don't seem to be going for anyway. Oh, okay. They're They're just saying bonk Ivy Cudgel. And Sludge Bomb also into Moltres. Oh, okay. They're scared of Moltres. Gotcha. Wrath and Thunderwave Lando is probably a good play. I'd have to Tera Dart Fiery Wrath. Thunderwave Landorus. Yeah, that works fine. If they redirect, I take out Ogerpon and maybe Landorus. I guess if they have Sandsear and they use Follow Me, that's the worst thing that could happen. A Spiky Shield. Okay, don't care. Perfect. The Thunder Wave can fully paralyze them, but I'm not going to get a flinch because they seem to be Covert Cloak. But at least I'll be faster than them now, and with the boost, do I KO? I might. Now that I got the Tera boost. I think it'll be close. Ah, not quite. Earth Power into Flutter Mane. Okay, well, you get one hit with Ogerpon, and then it's over. Can you one-shot me through my Tera? No, you cannot. Even a crit Ivy Cudgel will do like, what, 75% through my Tera? So, good luck. Oh, Power Whip's a little stronger. If that had crit, it still wouldn't have done it, though. Let's go Moltres. Moltres with 3 KOs. Alright. Alright. Sometimes I'm like, why do I have Moltres on this team anyway? It never comes to a game. Then it comes to a game and does that, so. Good game. Cool team, cool trainer card. 1675, let's go. Zacian and Ting-Lu. Pelipper's annoying. They got Urshifu, Incineroar, and Dragonite. I haven't fought many Dragonites. Their speed control would probably be Pelipper Tailwind. So I could take speed control with like Thunder Wave. Zacian would be faster than everything other than my Flutter Mane. Zamazenta, pretty good into Zacian. Zamazenta pretty good into like their whole team, honestly. Zamazenta's a pretty good matchup here, honestly. Unless I get Will-O-Wisped. I guess I have to have a way around that. Is Chandelure any good? Extreme Speed Dragonite. Zacian if it doesn't have Crunch or Ground Terra Blast or something. But then Pelipper, Urshifu, Incin, and Ting-Lu all hurt. I think I go Flutter Zamazenta. I definitely bring Chien-Pao as well. Finally, should be Rillaboom, I think? With Incin and Dragonite, it's a little rough. But Moltres, not good at all. 2 dark types that completely wall it, and it can't really hit Zacian. And I don't think it's Chandelure either, mostly because of the Pelipper, but Ting-Lu hurts as well. So I'll bring Rilla. I guess maybe I shouldn't be too worried about the dark types if I have Zamazenta and Chien-Pao. So maybe Moltres could have worked. No, this is a dog with the kids made a cake. That's a little one. That's a Fido. Dragonite, Ting-Lu. Ugh. Ugh. That looks so annoying. Scariest things they could do. Heavy Slam Flutter Mane. Fissure Zamazenta. Haze Dragonite, not the worst thing in the world. I think I'm just going to rip a Body Press into Ting-Lu. Force a Tera or something out of them. But I want to protect Flutter. Dragonite has to be a little worried too about Icy Wind or Moonblast. think I'm okay to protect Flutter. It's not like they're gonna Tailwind here. Ting-Lu is too slow for it to matter. I mean, like a max speed Ting-Lu under Tailwind would outspeed my Zamazenta, I guess. Alright, they are gonna Tera the Ting-Lu into poison. That makes sense. Gotten the Tera out of them at least, though. And Body Press isn't gonna do, like, negative damage. It just won't do a lot anymore. That's a decent chunk. Oh, that was a crit? Oh. Scale Shot into Zamazenta misses. And they click Earthquake. Okay. That does so much into Zamazenta, their choice band. I'm gonna wide guard. Moonblast the Dragonite. That feels like choice band Ting-Lu to me. That was a lot of damage. The Dragonite has Scale Shot. It likely has extreme speed. It might not be able to hit Flutter Mane at all. Moonblast, are you multi-scale? Yes. Haze, okay. There goes my defense boost. But your Earthquake still ain't gonna do nothing. Ting-Lu's gonna swap, but into who? Incineroar? Pelipper? Zacian? I think I want to Body Press and Thunder Wave that slot. Because I expect them to swap. If they make a good call and just stay in an Earthquake again, like, cool. Good play, but I think they're gonna swap. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Who do I get to Paralyze and Body Press? Zacian? Love it. And Protect from Dragonite. Perfect. Haze, Protect, Scale Shot. Definitely Extreme Speed. Dragonite's not a threat. We're gonna just mess with Zacian for the rest of this match. How much? Ooh. Moonblast Body Press should do it. Do they swap Dragonite? Probably. They might protect Zacian, but there's also a chance they can't protect Zacian. Take advantage of this momentum I've gained. Ting-Lu. I have high horsepower on Rillaboom. Should be able to clear it. I have Rillaboom, so I can weaken the Earthquake, but I don't think they'll click Earthquake again as long as Zamazenta's alive. And goodbye, Sword Doggo. Alright, scariest thing on their team is honestly the Ting-Lu, but the second scariest thing is now gone. Scale Shot chip into Zamazenta will put us into... I mean, I think we're already in Stomping Tantrum range, honestly. That's actually doing a pretty decent chunk without our defense boost on. Alright, Ting-Lu. We're gonna lock into Stomping, most likely. I could Moonblast, Protect. You might hit Flutter though. Zamazenta can take a hit now. I'm gonna Body Press and Moonblast Dragonite. Ooh, they protect Dragonite. Okay. You got me there. If all you do is knock out Zamazenta, it's not the end of the world, I think. Oh, but you hit Flutter Mane. Does that KO? I'm pretty bulky. Yeah, that doesn't KO. Perfect. I think I want to body press Moonblast the Dragonite slot again. The only thing they could bring in that could take that is there's nothing they can swap in to take that. They could be faster than Zamazenta now. Hope Scale Shot does it to Zamazenta. Go for the double protect. That makes sense. They got nothing they can swap to. They got nothing worth clicking. Might as well go for it. Barely don't get the KO with Moonblast. It's kind of sad. But Ting-Lu is now locked into Stomping, so Rillaboom is nice. They can no longer switch moves. They're letting me keep Zamazenta, which implies something faster. Scarf Urshifu. I'm gonna bring in Rillaboom then. Becky Pan. Who's Becky Pan? Pelipper. Oh. Well, our grass went first, so we're faster than Pelipper. I think in that case, I protect Zamazenta. Go for the high horsepower on Ting-Lu. Yeah. KO, 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 KO. Not quite. Hurricane into Rilla. Doesn't KO us. Does get the confusion, though. And stomping into Zama. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this confusion. Yeah, I'll body press at neutral with Sword of Ruin should take out Ting-Lu from here. And then I'll have Chien-Pao and Rillaboom to take out this Pelipper. It'll be fine. Ting-Lu definitely felt like its own restricted in this one. Ting-Lu is pretty good. I played a Ting-Lu recently and it was the star of the show. To be fair, the restricted on that was Rayquaza, which isn't exactly a good one. Zacian's probably a little bit better. Yep, Mother Ball, Zamazenta, cool. But now I've got a Sash Chien-Pao and a Choice Band Rilla in grass with Sword of Ruin and Tera. So I might as well just pop Tera now for the boosted Grassy Glide, and I'm going to also click Sucker Punch. They could do something like Wide Guard or Tailwind, but if they do, I get to just keep Grassy Gliding them and just lock them down with Sucker Punch. It's fine. I like situations where you can use Sucker Punch and it not matter. I really don't like the way Sucker Punch is designed to be mind games in a lot of situations. Not a fan of the move in general. Oh, and the Rocky Helmet. Okay. So I did lose my Sash at least. But yeah, that's so much damage behind that Glide. Goodbye, Pelipper, and good game. That Ting-Lu is really strong. Oh, we're able to take it down. We got a good team here. Good game. 1644. Okay, about the same as me. Pretty good. Shadow Rex. I've not found many of those so far. Let's see how this one goes. With Incineroar and a Moongus, Urshifu, Tornadus, Raging Bolt. That's a Moltres game for sure. Moltres and something to threaten the Bolt, I guess. I could use Flutter. I could use Pow. I guess Zamazenta is fine. Moltres Zamazenta? What am I worried about? Urshifu? I am worried about Urshifu. I'm gonna bring Rillaboom. Chien-Pao probably? Since they have Tailwind and a Moongus, I'm thinking Flutter Mane's not that great. Chien-Pao hits Bolt, hits Amoonguss, hits Incineroar, hits Tornadus, and hits Calyrex. So I think that's right. I don't think there's anything here for Chandelure to want to play against. And I already explained why I'm not bringing Flutter Mane. Okay. Hopefully Moltres can put in some work here, because is this the first Shadow Rex I'm fighting in the GC? Ooh, Sleeping Gyarados. Weird that I haven't seen more of those. Seen a lot of the Ice Rider. Urshifu, a classic. I'm thinking bring in Rilla to threaten the Urshifu. Would I want to Tera Dragon in this matchup? Yes. I don't need Tera Dark. Probably don't need Tera Grass. Tera Ghost is okay, but not necessary. So yeah, I can bring in Rilla. I can use my Tera and try to body press this Incineroar. They could go straight Tera Ghost Will-O-Wisp turn 1, which would be devastating. But I was thinking like maybe stay in and taunt the Incin, because that's what I really want to do. But based on, oh, they're going to swap Incin into Cali? We wouldn't swap Cali in when there's a Moltres on the field. No, it's a Moongus. Cool. Unfortunately, I might have to give up my defense boost. Oh no, because I can hard swap in, or U-turn into Moltres and protect and then taunt. Tera Urshifu turn 1. It's a poison! Ah, well Rillaboom's a lot less effective now. Body press into a Moongus does a decent chunk. Rocky Helmet? Yep. But I have Grass on the field, make up for it. Surging Strikes is into Rillaboom. Okay. I think I want to high horsepower that slot then. They've got Incin in the back. And Shadow Rex. Love that. The question is what I'm doing here. I could hard swap Moltres this turn, or I could protect and just wait a turn. I think I'll just protect for now. They're leaving Urshifu in. It's slow and lives the high horsepower. It's bulky, gotcha. And U turns out on my Rillaboom. Okay. Interesting. Is it like an Assault Vest set then? Probably. And here's Incineroar. Yeah, blocking the Spore, cool. How much use is my Rillaboom anymore? I guess it's not very. My defense boost also doesn't mean much on Zamazenta at this point. I think I just want to high horsepower Incin, swap into Moltres. That big damage on Urshifu is nice, but a KO would have been so much better. Good damage into Incin, wow. And a berry, okay. Oh, they're U-turn. U-turn, huh? Is that the Assault Vest? Hello, Calyrex. Yep, you think you're sporing the Moltres, so you're safe to go in the Calyrex, but you are not, and you do not have Tera. I think I'm going to bring Zama back in. And just start ripping Fiery Rats. They can't bring in Urshifu safely. Amoonguss can't do a whole lot from here. Calyrex will go down as soon as it doesn't protect itself. They swap in a Fake Out user, or they sacrifice Urshifu. Yeah, they're going to swap in a Fake Out user and protect. No, they're just going to throw Barrage. Okay. Are you choiced? No. You might live this. I mean, it's not super strong. 1 HP? Sash? Oh, I crit them, so yeah, Sash. Cool. I mean, I should just body press the Incin. And Fire Wrath, right? If they Fake Out Moltres, they get to throw a Barrage, but they lose Incin. And if they go the other way, they lose their Calyrex. Body press. And now, depending on what your fourth move is kind of important, because I do have Wide Guard. And I also have Sucker Punch. And did I preserve Rillaboom? So I still have Grassy Glide too? Ooh, not going so bad. I guess my worst fear is they have Draining Kiss this whole time. But I need to Wide Guard so they can't Barrage. And click Fiery Wrath. I guess I may have made a mistake there. Urshifu might be faster than Moltres. Psychic into Zama. Surging Strikes. I think I'm still okay, since Rillaboom is faster than the Urshifu. But yeah, I messed up there. Wasn't thinking about how that was just gonna outspeed. We're playing well to stay in it. Grassy Glide will lock down the Cali slot, while Chien-Pao hits this Urshifu. Unless Sword of Ruin boosted Aqua Jet can take my Rilla from here. That'd be weird. What did they do? They might bring in an Amoonguss to either slot. I think I want to Glide the Urshifu and Sucker Punch the Calyrex. Oh, the Urshifu swap. Oh. And protect from the horse. Okay, well, Rocky Helmet doesn't take my Rillaboom. So I can now glide the horse slot and crash the Amoonguss. And what you can do is you can swap in your Urshifu, sacrifice that. And try to knock out Rillaboom with Sludge Bomb. And then hope the Rocky Helmet would break my Sash, but I'm gonna crash instead. I think we still got this, but they're trying to win it. They're trying to, like, I gotta find a way. I guess if I had just gone with the Crash Urshifu Glide Horse, that would have been better. With a little bit of chip on Amoonguss, Crash might do it, but it also might not. There's also a chance it does nothing. Yeah, they're gonna sack Urshifu. I'm fine with that. And yeah, they didn't Rage Powder, so it looks like they're going for probably Sludge Bomb / Pollen Puff into my Rilla. I missed the Crash. Yeah, they played to their out and they found it. I'm gonna crash a Amoonguss. I expect Rage Powder. The one thing they can't afford is Sucker Punch. So I think they have to either Rage Powder or protect and do something with Amoonguss. They have Disable Calyrex! No! No! No way! Oh no! Oh, they got me. Oh, they got me so good. I'm gonna let them get the KO. That's, oh wow. Astral plus Sludge Bomb might not even do it, honestly. It does though. Okay. Oh my goodness. That game started out so well, and then they had Disable Calyrex. Oh, so that turn I played badly did matter, huh? Oh, GG. And we're back. Go ahead and take that rental code up in the corner and try this out yourself if you'd like. And make sure you leave a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And anyways, I'm Jordy, and alright, peace.